So this week we are talking about all things love related. Why you start acting silly? Why you push record?
uh, as it relates to chocolate and sweet treats.
Okay, we're not talking about anybody's personal life here. Okay.
It's Tuesday.
This week, we are talking about all things love. As you guys know, we have reached the new year, but many people have skipped over celebrating New Year's in the treat world and they have jumped right into the love day of 2023. We are talking about Valentine's Day, and so we want to give you some tips and some tricks on how to price and also what
To
you
talk
should be
about
doing.
some things that you can do to help your business thrive for this Love Day that's coming up on February 14th. And we have one, two, three things that you can do.
We have three things that you can offer this season, and Tamala's gonna give them to you.
Okay, so we're going to talk about what you can offer, right? So we're always trying to come up with new and creative things year after year. Sometimes you want to do your old standards where people look for this item or particular item around this time of year from your business. But then again, we can have things like what your containers and packaging is going to look like, and then how to price your items. So as we know, prices have gone up, up, up. So be sure to make sure that your price reflects what you put into your product.
Yes, that is very important. And the first thing we're going to be talking to you about is treat boxes. We know that in businesses, unless you are making one grand big cake, sometimes you might have an audience that is small or they are single and they just want something where they can just have a little bit of everything, but they don't really want to pay the price of a dozen of everything individually. So this year, one of the good things that you can do is offer a treat box. You can put in does one cupcake, you can put in a cookie, you can put in some little shooters. Those are very popular. You can also add in whatever you specialize in your business. So that is one of them. The next thing that you want to look into is themes. It's very, very, very cool when you see something like Buzzing in Love, and you might have like cupcakes with little bees on them, and those might be something that you can offer. You can make 2 dozen, and you can sell them to a class. You can sell it to a teacher's. The teachers can take it to work for her coworkers. You can sell them to the library staff. Those little things are cute, and you can have so many different things. We got Buzzing in Love. We got You Melt My Heart. Some people use that in the wintertime as a thing for snowmen, but you can also use that to sell treats in or around Valentine's Day, since chocolate is a very big part of this holiday celebration. The last thing is chocolate covered strawberries. Chocolate covered strawberries are super, super popular. I don't know where they get all these strawberries from, but I do know in December, I was going to the place that I normally source them, and they were sold out quite often throughout November and December. So you want to make sure you are checking at different places, vendors, local, and maybe even a little ways out of your way, trying to build up some new relationships. You might even contact a florist. You might say, I want to offer a rose in my treat box this year. So if you want to do that, you might want to say, how much is it for such and such roses? And don't forget that you have to add all of these things into your cost, okay? That's the next thing we want to just quickly break down. When you are planning, you need to have your labor, all of those hours need to be put into your product. I'll give you 3 or 4 things that we often don't take into consideration once we are pricing the product. After I get done making the product, that's one big thing. So the labor for making the product, and pay yourself accordingly. It's illegal to not pay yourself in a business. So you want to pay yourself because you're going to have to pay taxes if you have an EIN or LLC. So because you're going to have to pay taxes on the profit that you got, you might as well pay yourself, because if you were working for a job and they weren't paying you, you would be calling the labor union. So pay yourself, make sure you add your labor into the profit. Also, think about the time that's going to take you to go to and from the grocery store. It's and during research and development, you can call and you can do all of those things at home, but it may take at least an hour of your time. How much is your time worth? If you are spending an hour of your time working on something and you have a goal, a revenue goal of selling 30 boxes, that $15 can be split over those 30 boxes. You don't always have to put it into one big chunk. So don't make it so like astronomical that it's not affordable. But your time is very valuable. As an entrepreneur, I'm sure you spend 80 plus hours a week that you never account for anyway. So just be considerate of your time when you're going to the store, when you're getting the groceries, when you're planning your presentation. All of those things are key. The next part I want to discuss with you is profit. Okay, we got everything. We know what we want to do. We know what we want to make. Now we want to talk about profit. Not only do you need the money for the labor and time you put in, you're also running a business. And so we might want to put the profit that we make from our sales into more advertising, or say you hire a virtual assistant to help you get back some of your time, but now you have to pay the virtual assistant. All of these things are growing your business, but you have to put in profit on each product so that you can have these added expenses, or else you might feel like, I'm getting overwhelmed from doing all of these things. I'm not making enough money. It might just simply be because you're not adding profit onto the sales that you're making.
Those are all good points, Taylor. I concur and I ditto every one of those points. And it's so important that I think we have to get beyond in 2023 about asking for what we're worth. Okay, we have to get beyond of not asking for what we're worth, if that makes sense. Charge what you're worth. I guess that's the bottom line of it. And when it comes to those things, labor and profit, you have to go back to the ingredient list, okay? Your ingredient list, as we know, the prices have gone up. I think a dozen of eggs is now, or 5 dozen of eggs is probably $25 now, as opposed to, probably $20 less 2 years ago, okay? So butter, sugar, all those things that we use to create our products have gone up. And I don't think anybody who ever goes to the grocery store recognize that, oh, I'm just going to pay for a $20 cake. Those days are gone. Okay.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Especially
not here.
A handmade cake.
A handmade cake.
It's a custom design specifically for you. So
absolutely. And so I'm going to charge you out there to go now or source your ingredients now for what you want to make for February 14th or within those couple of weeks. Because what your products and your pricing is now, you need to price your products for your ingredients. So say, for instance, you go to the grocery store and you actually talk to the manager in charge or the grocery, I think as manager, or what do they call, operations manager or general manager. General manager is over everybody at the store, right? So you talk to the general manager, you ask them, hey, are these items on my list going to go on sale anytime soon? If so, when are they? So if there is something that's $5, it might be $3.50. So you'll know how to get your money right, okay? And also, pick up those ingredients when you need them. The other thing is, if you know of a local chocolatier, a local cake maker, or sweet treat maker that's in your area, or that you know of, be sure to collab with them. Maybe you can buy your ingredients in bulk. That will save you money as well as the other person, okay? I think if you make sure that your ingredients are set, then I think it will be an easier process when it comes time. The other point I want to make is about your packaging, okay? Try themed packaging, a point that Taylor just brought up about Be Smooth or something like that. You were saying about bees. I thought it was really cute. Buzzing in love, yes. So maybe you can find some packaging right now that might be on a discount, that's with bees on it, okay? And some places to buy, I mean, they might be no-brainers to you, but there are a lot of people that, haven't thought of it. What about the dollar stores? I mean, there's so many dollar stores these days. There's so many videos of people going to the dollar stores and creating some magical, wonderful items. So check those out. Don't forget your big box stores. Some of your Kroger, your Meijer, your Walmart, they also have themed items and packaging that you could use. Think about some things that you had left over from last season, okay? Can you repurpose those things? And don't forget to use ribbon. I always say it's always better with a bow, but that's just me. But you can use twine, you can use ribbon, you can use different types of curly ribbon. I see that a lot, curly ribbon. That's really inexpensive. But it just depends on your customer base, okay? And don't forget the small details, whether it's the shred paper that goes into your packaging, whether it's tissue paper, whether it is a heart tag, so someone can say to and from on it and run it through the ribbon and tie it on the packaging. You want to make sure that your customer is going to be easy for them to give, okay? And don't forget your customer who is single, okay? They might just want something for themselves, okay? Themselves. And you can, have a small package or a large package, which probably was small package, I would think. A small package for your single customers, okay? So that's all I have with that. So
yeah, I think those are very good points.
we had the offer, we had the container, and how to price. So I think we had like 3 or 4 extra.
We have for you today is 3 things that you can offer for this upcoming Valentine's Day season. And next, we have 5 ways that 5 things that you need to consider when you're pricing your products. So make sure that you go through this list, check out everything that we have. Make sure you like, you comment, you share, you subscribe, and all of those good things so that we can get more feedback from you. Drop down in the comments if you got any information, any valuable information from this content, and we hope that you have a blessed week.
Thank you for joining Tamala and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday, where we're here every Tuesday, where we share about treats, business, and life. I'm your co-host, Tamala, owner of Torlitas for that sweet and crunchy taste. Torlitas is a dessert company located right here in this great state of Ohio, where I specialize in salty, sweet treats. If you want to know more about me and my business, please go to @Torlitas. That's T as in Tuesday, ORLITAS. Over to Taylor, and she'll take us out.
Hello, I am Taylor, owner of Taylor's Kitchen, located in Albion, Michigan, where we make custom sweet treats for your special occasions. I can be found on all social media platforms @Sweet Spirit Treats. And we want you guys to have a blessed week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.